This is one of the greatest pieces of meat in the world. You can clearly tell by the marbling. It is a Wagyu New York strip, a full roast to be specific, and I have a feeling today's experiment is going to make things even better for this one. Now I will be dry aging it, but in order to have a true comparison, I must split it in half. That way one will be a control and we can taste it side by side. Because for today's special ingredient, I got this Kewpie mayo, the greatest mayo that ever existed. Hellmann's and Duke's don't even come close. The funny thing is that if you take a look at the ingredients, it has one specific one that I really love, monosodium glutamate, also known as MSG. And believe me when I tell you friends, this mayo is different. It tastes better, and I have a feeling that this will bring down the richness of the Wagyu, making it more pleasant to eat. So for our control, there's not much to do. Set it down on a cooling rack and that's it. Because for the Kewpie mayo one, I laid down a generous amount of mayo on the bottom, make sure to spread it really nicely, then following that I spread a generous amount right on top. The more the better, basically covering the entire steak with it. At this point, it reminded me of making a cake. Oh yes it did. But let's be honest, a meat cake is a lot better than real cake. As once everything was completely covered, the only thing left to do now is to put it in my dry ager and let it dry age for a very long time. Once the time was up, take a look. The mayo became something else. It is as yellow as it gets, but most importantly, it glued itself to the steak, hopefully preserving it to the max. And just like every dry-aged steak, the next thing to do is to go ahead and remove the mayo. Doing it little by little is the way to go. But thankfully, removing this mayo was no problem at all. And I'll tell you one thing, it is extremely satisfying. As once I was done removing and cleaning it as much as possible, this is the world's first Kewpie mayo dry-aged Wagyu. When holding it on my hand, I can tell you guys one thing. It feels solid. It's still quite slippery from the mayo, but most importantly, even though it has a little bit of oxidation, it's intact. Nothing is falling off, and it seems like it's going to turn out fantastic. And if I take a slice off the edge, take a look. You can clearly see the oxidation is quite deeper than I expected. So I went ahead and continued to trimming little by little, trying to take as little as possible. But don't you worry, none of these trimmings will go to waste, because as soon as I split the steak in half, there we have it. Pinkness. It is exactly what I was looking for, and hopefully it's going to taste phenomenal. Because remember, we still have our control, and this one is a complete different story. You can clearly see what's going on. It's much darker, it has an outer crust, and that one is not pleasant to eat. So I went ahead and removed the whole thing, took out everything that is unedible, split up the steak, and I was left with two beautiful dry-aged Wagyu steaks. Even though they came from the same loin, putting them side by side, you can see the differences in size. Since there was very little loss from the mayo dry-aged steak, if this works, it's gonna be a big plus on my book. But in the end, it's all about the taste. And to keep things fair, I kept the seasoning with a good amount of salt and black pepper. That's it. That way we're really going to be able to taste and see if the mayo did anything good or bad. As now that these steaks are ready, just in case things went south, I decided to go ahead and make an awesome side dish. With this one, there's no doubt, friends. Everyone will love it, especially if you love potato and cheese. And here's how to make them. The first thing to do is to boil some potatoes and mash them up. Then into a bowl you want to throw some all-purpose flour, followed by potato starch, a generous amount of cheese, and a tiny bit of parsley. Mix everything up until it becomes a dough. As now with the shape you can get as creative as you like. Now this is something that we do often in Brazil, so I'm going to keep it traditional the way we make it over there, which is a nice big log just like this. Be sure to make plenty, friends. As I mentioned, it will please everyone. As the next thing to do is to go ahead and fry them up in a 350 degrees oil. You want to get a nice golden brown color. As once that's done, you want to plate it up really good, add a generous amount of parsley, but you definitely want to eat it with a sauce. And this one, it's super simple. As into a bowl you want to throw some garlic, followed by honey, sriracha, and a generous amount of Kewpie mayo. Mix that up real good, and that's the sauce. Spicy, tangy, and delicious. And it is perfect to go along with our side dish. I have a feeling it's going to go extremely well with our steaks. Talking about that, the only thing left to do is to grill them up. First, I'll be putting a nice wonderful sear. Then I'll be cooking them in indirect heat until I reach an internal temperature of 135 degrees Fahrenheit. As now I say, it is enough talking and it is time to grill some beautiful steaks, so let's do it. All right, everybody, and here we got our beautiful steak with a nice side dish. Gentlemen, you hungry?
Oh, always hungry.
So here's the deal, guys. I got a little experiment going on right here. I really want to know your honest opinion on these steaks. Now, here's the thing. These are some very special steak from my brother Emilio. Shout out to you, brother. I did something crazy with it, but I have a feeling it's going to be good. Let's see. We're going to go right here, 2K.
Guga doing something crazy with steaks. What
I
a
know,
surprise.
right? I want to know what you guys think about this steak right here. Can you see that it's slightly a little bit whitish in the middle? You know the reason why?
Because it's Wagyu.
Damn, 2K, you already know?
I've had it plenty of times.
Well, let's find out. Give me your honest opinion on this one. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Damn, Emilio. Wow.
He knows how to pick them.
Oh, wow. That is so good. What do you think?
It's the best of the best, and for good reason.
That is fantastic. I'm sorry, everybody. It literally took my breath away, you know, when you took your first bite. What do you think, Fefe?
Wagyu will always have a special place in my heart under regular picanha.
That's true.
But it is amazing.
Give me whatever steak you want. It will never, ever beat the queen, everybody. We agree?
We agree.
How did you feel? Fatty, but a good amount of fattiness, not too much.
Not too fat. Because usually sometimes, like an A5, for some people, you might have one piece and you're done because it's so rich. But this one still feels like it has the perfect amount of fat. Like, I could probably eat the whole steak.
I could definitely eat more of those.
I know, right? You can eat this whole steak, no problem at all. But phenomenal steak. Give it a try. You won't regret it. Now, I got a little side dish, 2K. Grab it.
Did you make mozzarella sticks?
I know it looks like a mozzarella stick, but wait until you taste it. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Oh, wow.
Shout out to my Brazilian friends because this comes straight up from Brazil.
Oh my God.
What do you feel? What do you feel?
The combination of potato and cheese in here is just, it's a perfect mix.
I'm telling you, oh, you're going for another one already?
Oh, absolutely.
There is nothing wrong with potato and cheese together. What do you think, 2K?
I mean, you just said it. It's a Guga staple. You can't have a GUGAFOODS video without some potato side dish or some kind of cheese side dish. But the combination of the two is perfect. You got a little crispy exterior, but it's still nice and soft in the inside. And then the sauce adds a little bit of tanginess that brings everything together. It's phenomenal.
Highly recommend giving it a try. You won't regret it. But I got the second steak. Now, the second steak is something special. I think. I don't know. I've never done this before.
You've never done this before, Guga?
Never done this before.
Guga finding something he's never done before. That's
With
kind of hard
steaks.
to believe.
I know, right? With steaks. Let's give it a try. Give me your honest opinion on this one. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, that is amazing, everybody. Oh, I like that so much.
Wow, that is a extremely juicy steak. For me, it's the crust that's taking over everything. It's not in a bad way though. Like when you're taking these bites, it kind of crumbles into the meat and it's just a perfect blend of crumminess and chewiness and juiciness in the steak. It's amazing.
That's the thing, since it's a dry aged steak, by the way, you can feel the crispiness of the crust a lot more than the previous one because it's drier. Do you feel the dry age flavor in there? Do you feel something?
It's there, but whatever you dry aged it in, I feel like is really what's taking over here in the flavor.
What do you think?
I like it better than the first one, and it has like a little bit of an acidic flavor which kills the fattiness, so it's not that rich. That one, can't have not just one, you can have the whole cow.
I agree. That's exactly what I felt it as well, because since it's drier, it's crispier. The acidity, like you said, killed a little bit of the richness. So at least to me, this one is so much more enjoyable.
Oh yeah, this one's the winner.
By the way, I dry aged it in Kewpie mayo, Japanese mayo.
The best kind of mayo.
The best kind of mayo, everybody. If you think Hellmann's or Duke's or any other can come close, or even Miracle Whip, you guys like Miracle Whip?
I never had no Miracle Whip in my life.
I'll be honest, in a bologna sandwich, Miracle Whip is good, everybody, but not even close to Japanese mayo.
Japanese mayo and an Australian Wagyu. What a combo.
Shut up, 2K.
What a combo.
But these are the results. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe. Remember, everything I use is always on the description down below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.